right, guys, so we're going to be starting a little bit out of order here, as this is Brian from the future, because as you can see, the engine and everything of this car has already been removed. And it's like, all right, how are you going to start the video out with it already removed? Well, little backstory. I did film an intro, but, well, I had a little mic hanging from my necklace here because I was like, oh, genius. Perfect place to hang a mic right here. All you could hear the whole time was my little necklace thing right here just smacking the absolute crap out of the mic, and it sounded terrible. So I decided, hey, I'll just come back here, film a quick intro, get the video started, give you guys a little bit of insight and just background knowledge on this car here, just whatever, before really diving into the work itself with the video. So I guess without further ado, this here is an absolute gorgeous 1967 Chevy 2 Nova. And from the clips that you're about to see of where I started, you're going to be thinking, what in the world do you mean project? How is that a project? That thing looks show ready. And you'd be right. It does come off as that. This is just a pristine, oh man, it is such a nice car. But a little bit of background here, I guess. I don't know exactly where I was touching before. I'll throw in clips from both back then and now, so everything gets kind of covered. Or if not, the next video I put out on this, it'll cover even more. So definitely stay tuned for everything I'm about to have with this car. It's gonna be a full series. So very excited about that. Very blessed, honored, and grateful to be working on such a nice car and have it in my shop. But this car basically just had, like, I don't want to say a full restoration, or okay, well, I can say a full restoration at one point, like completely stripped down bare metal. I'll throw some photos up, like whatever, and like completely redone, brand new paint job, custom paint job, like the full nine, you know what I mean? And so when a friend of mine, who I am working on the car for now, got the car, just had a few issues with the engine itself. Like it had like a undiagnosable, I guess, at least to me, like ticking noise. Like we went through the whole thing where we like tore off the whole top end, like even pulled the cam to look at it. And because it had like a little tick going on that sounded like valve train, to me at least. So after replacing everything and the tick still being there, we were like, okay, let's just pull it out. Turned out to be 2 cracks in cylinder number 5 and 4, so on each side of the engine block. So started there, built a whole brand new engine, took an old 350, stroked it out to a 383, got that looking absolutely gorgeous, as it should to fit in this car here. Long story short, this thing was just finished out, like brand new suspension, brand new engine, brand new transmission, and just as it could happen to any build, there were just those, you know, hiccups along the way, little speed bumps, I guess you could call them, or I'd like to call them. Basically, just an unfortunate series of events occurred, and it required everything to be pulled out. That included just some like really bad oil leaks, freeze plugs were leaking, which definitely, like, you just can't fix that while the engine's in the car. And there were just some clearance issues and all kinds of stuff that we're actually going to address here, and the whole reason that it is here in the first place. And something really cool also, while we're already in there, I'm going to be making a few upgrades, which is super exciting, and we're going to get this thing just how it should be and how it was envisioned in the first place. But yeah, in this video, you're going to watch me tear the whole engine out, drop the transmission, just pull absolutely everything apart that involves the drivetrain. And yeah, a lot of work ahead, a lot of really exciting things that are going to happen. This is going to be an amazing series, at least I'd like to say. You're going to see me take everything apart, you're going to see me put it all back together, and you're going to see me test and tune this thing and just get it absolutely as good as I can get it. But yeah, I can quit talking and we can get into the video. All right, so a little bit of details on this thing. It is a built 383 stroker, has some AFR 195cc heads, vintage air, has a Holley mid-mount system, super nice ATM carburetor up here. It has an entropy radiator system, a cooling system, which is, like I mentioned, like one of the nicest systems you can kind of get for one of these cars. It's probably a little bit of overkill, but even with that, like I mentioned, it had overheating issues. And I don't know if it's just from some air getting in the system, what it is, if it was caused from the overheating initially, because the whole reason it overheated is because alternator was missing just a trigger wire, so it was running purely off battery. Within 25 minutes of driving this thing, it hit about 250 degrees because the cooling system just couldn't perform its duty of cooling the car because without certain voltage, things just don't work. We won't really know until we're able to fully get into it. So in order to fully get into it, we got to get everything out of the car. The whole plan is to, like I said, drop everything out, pull out the engine, get our eyes on it, see what we can do. But as you can see, there's just not a whole lot of space to work on, like in general with these cars, with the shock towers being so close. It seems pulling it out is our only option to actually do this correctly. So that's what we're gonna do. So I guess let's just get into it, start pulling some stuff out. We're gonna start with the cooling system. Okay, a little bit of an update. We got the car up on ramps. We got the cooling system out, carburetor off. We're working on the exhaust right now. I just dropped the mufflers. It's all a slip fit system, so I've just been kind of like hammering it out, just getting things loose, unattached, because right now there's just a lot of stress and tension on the headers. So I don't want to like strip the header bolts out of the heads with all that tension. So hoping with just relieving the tension on the exhaust system, it just leads to an easier uninstallation of the headers here. And yeah, we're moving right along, and yeah, we're getting pretty close to be able to drop the trans out. So yeah, so far here we are. AC compressor off. All the wiring should be undone. I do still have some connections like the power steering, low pressure side and stuff, and the high pressure side right here I need to undo for that. I got all the wiring off here, valve covers off so I don't hurt them. I got the AC lines off. I got the water pump lines off, radiators out, all the cooling system. I know that's a lot. My phone's there. I got the carburetor off. Yeah. Everything, it's coming together. I mean, it's been a ton of work so far. I mean, it's taken me most of the day. I think I started around 9:30ish, and I don't know what time it is right now, to be completely honest with you. It's about 4 o'clock right now, so that's taken me quite a while. I skipped a lot of it just so you guys wouldn't get bored to death. So getting through it, figuring it out. I think I'm gonna get under there, pull the drive shaft out, and then I'm gonna look at seeing about pulling the trans out. So yeah, I guess I'll get to that and we'll see what I plan to do after that. Another update. So I ran home real quick, changed my shirt as you can see because I realized I really liked the one that I was wearing. And I always go into jobs expecting not to get dirty. Not sure why, it never ends up that way, but I also had this at home sitting in a box, which is like a little transmission plug for these types of transmissions. And it'll save from a bunch of fluid pouring all over the floor and all over me. So yeah, perfect little pickup, and now I can get to moving along to pulling at the transmission. Now before we can move along with our transmission uninstalling, I gotta move the shifter here so whenever the trans drops, it doesn't just get snagged up here and just kind of dangle and cause me more trouble than it's worth. Start by removing the shift knob. Super simple. Coming in here, moving this boot around. It should just be two. Oh, they're Allen heads. Okay, so two Allen head bolts here. Actually, I thought they were nuts and bolts. So I'm gonna go get an Allen wrench. And there's a shifter with a boot. I got the bell housing bolts basically out. All I gotta do is take out the crossmember bolts, and the transmission is basically ready to be kind of yoinked backwards and then laid forwards and taken out of the vehicle. But now back when I was about 20, I probably would have just held it over my head and just kind of laid it down over my side. But now that I've had a few more neurons kind of connect within the last 6 years, I'm gonna try and see if I can't utilize this little guy right here. I don't know if it's in frame, if you can see it very well, but it has this cool little like transmission holder basically on like a jack attachment, so I can lay it down more safely and have like something to secure it. And it has like little slots right here to put a ratchet strap around, so hopefully I have a ratchet strap around here in the shop, and yeah, it leads to me not dropping this thing on my head. So we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. Funny I mentioned the neurons connecting. Some new ones just fired and said this car isn't tall enough off the ground to fit that jack under there and get the transmission out. So I'm glad I noticed that before I yoinked it out and then got it stuck underneath the car. So it looks like I am gonna strong arm it and just hoist it out of there the best I can. We're about to see what victory looks like. Here she be. This thing is not light. Success. Didn't record it because I was nervous, but just pulled that whole steel cowl hood off by myself. But after I unhook the power steering lines, I can go in and hook a chain to the engine, get a hoist on it. I'll probably take the front end of the car off ramps and yeah, loosen up motor mounts and get them off and see if the engine will come out. Goodness. Oh, look, a bolt. Fun. Wow, that had a header leak and a half. Goodness. This guy leaked. That's another reason it had to be pulled. I mean, that's like the smallest reason, but you literally couldn't get anything around the headers to get in there. And also, these are straight plugs and they're not angled. And the headers that were in it were meant for angled plugs, or angled heads with angled plugs. That's what this needed, and that is actually something that we're looking to swap to and just keep these heads as like something on the shelf, just extra for another engine build. But yeah, we're looking for that. Checking all the freeze plugs. I'm gonna get these heads off later and look at the gasket, look at everything, see how clean everything is. I'll probably take the oil pan off, check the bearings, look for the oil leak and all of that good stuff. But right now, let's get it on a stand and call it a day. Let's get the bell housing off. Let's go ahead and get the clutch off. Nice brand new center force. Best thing you can do when it comes to tearing things apart. Label it. All right, I know this thing's heavy. Oh, like I said.
Oh, there we go.
Nice. No heat marks, nothing crazy. Well, we were already pulling the engine anyway, but I removed my little rag to use as a hand towel, and looky here. Nope. You can chill there. Even though I was gonna pull the heads anyway and get into the engine, you gotta be very careful with that kind of stuff, especially if you got your carburetor off and you're working on the engine. That was a valve cover washer that I lost about 6 hours ago. Found it. But all right, here, I'll show you these leaks actually. All right, so as you can see, there's a leak coming from right where the pan seal was. So this was actually pouring pretty good and it dripped right under the pan here. You can't really see too well. There's some drips here and it dripped right off the bottom of the block and then transferred to the bell housing. And that was leaking pretty bad. And then we had a leak right here. You can see the witness marks there all along the underside of the head. And then we had some decent little exhaust leaks here. So yeah, one way or another, this thing was gonna have to come back out. So I guess I'm gonna take the time, get this thing on the stand, and next time you see me in here with this project here, we're gonna be putting some new goodies on and talking about how we're gonna fix a lot of this stuff. Oh, look at that. Spark plug coming out with my fingers. Stuff like that. So we just need to fix a little bit of things here and just take care of some stuff, and perfect time to upgrade after we've already upgraded a ton. Might as well upgrade some more and make some things just that much better. So if you want to see that, be sure to subscribe, like the video, turn on your notifications so you can be notified when another video, including this 67 Nova here, comes out, so you can follow along with the project and hang out and have a good time. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. And as always, thank you so much for your support.